my channel. This video is going to be a get ready with me using my Shop My Stash items. I pulled in some of those items in my last Shop My Stash on Sunday, it's past Sunday. So I want to go ahead and use some of them on camera with you today. It's going to be a full coverage face. I'm going to keep it somewhat simple on the eyes. I will be using the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation. I tried this guy and I was amazed by this. I will also be using for the eyes the Mothership 5. I did have a couple of requests to use it in you know, a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then some other stuff here and there. If you're interested, please keep on watching. If you do like this video while you're watching it, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Now let's get into it. I already have my face moisturized. I didn't put any primer or anything yet. Just by the way, I do have my mirror right in front of me over here. So if I keep looking down, looking at my mirror, I find that that's basically the best way to actually do these videos. So I'm gonna be looking down, basically. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the eyes. Actually, I don't know what I want to do. I like to prime my face pretty early on to let the primer kind of sit before I go in with the foundation. And I do have these two guys. This guy is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable Primer. It's kind of a little bit like an ashy color. And then I have the Rimmel Stay Matte Fix and Go, but this is a 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. I haven't tested it as a primer yet. Maybe I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna skip this step. So I'm gonna use this guy as a primer and as a setting spray, and I'm gonna skip the Lasting Finish Breathable Primer. Let me show you what I mean by like looks a little ashy. So it has a little bit color and it does leave a little bit of cast on the face, but it is a really nice primer. I just always have to go in with a little bit of a darker. My foundation needs to be like full coverage for this primer to not peek through, basically. So this is what it looks like. Of course, this is not blended all the way, but you can see there's a little bit of cast. I don't want to do that on camera because I don't know if it's gonna pick up that whiteness and I'm gonna look ghostly. I've been looking very ghostly in all of my videos lately, so I'm gonna skip this and I'm just gonna go with this guy. Wow, that was a long ramble. I really like the setting spray, but the squirter on it, it's kind of funky. It does have a little bit of a scent. It actually reminds me a lot of the CoverGirl. It smells kind of like the CoverGirl Lock It Up or Lock Up, Look Lock Up. So yeah, the mister on this guy kind of shoots out. It doesn't spread very nicely, but I do really like the product itself. Okay, I think my face is primed. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. I'm gonna be using the MAC Prolonged Wear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. I've been making a really nice dent in this guy. I'm pretty happy with that. And actually I have been trying to use it with a brush. This is just a, it's called the Max Coverage Concealer Brush by Bare Minerals. It's been actually working nicely. I've always used my fingers, but it's been working pretty well with a brush. I did have long nails for a little bit, and because I have such a big dip in here, it was kind of hard to pick out the product using my fingertip because my nails would dig into it, into the sides, and it just drives me nuts. But now I cut my nails, but I'm like, you know, since it works like this with a brush, and I do have this brush, and I don't know what else to use it for, I'm just gonna keep doing this. Might need to pick up a little bit more product for this other eye. I know my get ready with me videos tend to be really long. I try to edit them to kind of cut out the parts where, you know, I'm not speaking, or like if I prime one eye, I'm priming the other eye. I'll try to cut some of that out, but I don't know. They still end up being pretty long. So I would suggest either get your makeup, get ready with me, or grab a snack, or put me in the background. I'm trying to get out the names of the shades so I can tell you what shades I'm gonna use. Oh goodness, it's starting to look really dirty. A lot of handprints. So this is the Mothership 5. Really excited to use this. I have been enjoying it a lot lately. You can do a lot of simple looks with this, and you can do a lot of like bam in your face looks. Today I'm going to keep it somewhat on the simple side. I'm going to be using these shades right here. I'm going to be using this lighter brown. I'm going to use the little bit darker brown. And I think, I don't know if I want to use this one or this one of these two shades for all over the lid. They are both absolutely gorgeous. So let's get into it. Let me find the brushes that I've been using with this palette. They're dirty. They're not clean by any means. I'm going to go in with like a big fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick out that first shade, that light brown shade. I'm going to pick that up, and I'm going to go in straight to my crease and a little bit above my crease. A little bit product is all you really need. I really don't need a lot. See, it's like I barely dipped my brush, and wow, it's a lot of color. So I'm gonna, and it blends really, really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and blend that all over the crease and drag it a little bit above the crease. I always say I'm gonna go in for a simple look, and it always ends up being not so simple. So we'll just see where we go today. Okay, now that I have that first shade on both sides, let me see what the shade's called. I think it's called Entrapment. I have to refer to this little card for the shade names, but I believe it's Entrapment. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the crease. Sorry, not the crease, the outer V, and a little bit more into the crease with the little bit darker shade, the darker brown, which is this one this one right here. I'm gonna pick this up with a little bit more pointy brush. Just the tip of the brush, I'm just gonna dab in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and go on the outer V, and then again bring it inwards a little bit. I'm also gonna bring it out a little bit, kind of to create like a little bit of a cat eye. Find that really opens the eyes and make them look a lot bigger. Back and forth, and then out. Doing the same for the other eye. With whatever is left on the brush, I'm not gonna dip back into the shade. I'm just gonna go ahead and go over the lid, just to give it a little bit more color so it's not super stark, like with that shade from the MAC Pro Longwear. I'm just gonna go over it, just a little bit of color. Again, I didn't pick up anything on the brush. I just want a little bit of shade on here. And then I'm gonna top it with one of those glittery, or I don't know what the formula, what she calls the formula of them. Okay, so this is what the eyes are looking like right now. We've only used 2 shades. I wonder if I want to go a little bit darker, a little bit more dramatic, or if I want to go in with just one of these shades. Let's try something. Let's try something different. I am gonna get... Let's go in a little bit with that red shade. Why not? This red one right here. I'm just grabbing like a packing eye brush. I'm gonna pick up some of that red shade, and I'm gonna just lay it all over the lid. I didn't use any primer, like any setting spray or any... I didn't wet my brush basically. And I know this is not the color that I'm gonna keep, because I do want to put another shade on top of it. But it's a really pretty red color. I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. Here's where we at now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna deepen stuff up a little bit more. I'm gonna get a little bit more of a even smaller like crease brush. It's a little bit pointy. And this is the Inspire Eye Fluff. I wonder where I got this brush from. I'm gonna go in with that deeper brown shade again. I'm gonna pick some of that up with this brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do my outer V again. Since I laid that red color, I want the crease in the outer V to pop a little bit more. And then I'm gonna drag it in a little bit. I'm still keeping my brush in the crease. Feel like when I do these videos, I don't have a set look in mind. I just want to sit down, play with makeup, try stuff with you guys on camera. So hope you don't mind. Really thought I was just gonna keep it simple, but I didn't like how simple it looked. Ooh, that's starting to look very deep. I like it. I feel like this eye is starting to look a little bit droopy, which we're gonna clean up with concealer a little bit. I'm gonna go in with the first brush that I used, that I picked up that light brown shade with. I'm not picking up any color with this brush. I'm just gonna fluff the edges, so the brush has whatever was left over from the first shade we used. I'm gonna go over the edges where I placed that deep brown. I'm just gonna go back and forth to just kind of diffuse the color a little bit, so it doesn't look so harsh and like unblended. Things might look a little crazy right now, but when we do the lower lash line and then we clean up that shade, we'll all be good to go. Now I'm gonna go in with one of those shades, either this one or this one. I think I'm gonna try this guy. Do I want to try it with my finger, or do I want to try it with a brush? Let's try it with a brush. I have just like a, I think it's called small shade. What is it? Small shader brush. I'm just gonna pick up that color with that brush. Okay, I don't know if I picked up enough. Might have to apply some glitter glue or wet the brush. So I picked up a little bit of that color, and I'm gonna go ahead. Ooh. Wow. Okay. That's really pretty. I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. What do you guys think? I love how it like just transformed the look. It looks so beautiful. I'm gonna go in with that really small crease brush, and I'm just gonna blend the edges a little, because the placement of that shade was not very precise. I think that's about it. Wow. I really like it. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and move to the face so we can clean up under the eye, and then we'll get back to the eyes and do the lower lash line. I'm already primed. I'm gonna go ahead and use that Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation, 16-hour wear, oil-free. Like I said, I was really impressed when I tried this guy last time. It is a thicker foundation. It's definitely full coverage. But it lasted on my skin all day long, and it looked absolutely stunning all day. So I do have a dinner to go to tonight, so I do need my makeup to last. What time is it currently? It's 9 in the morning, and I need my makeup to last for 12 hours. So, and I'm using my beauty blender to blend that foundation in. I think for once I actually have a foundation that matches me pretty well, and I don't look washed out on camera. Pretty happy with that. I do want to go ahead and drag it down to my jawline though, and a little bit down my neck. Okay, foundation is down. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and the shade is Light Medium Honey. I guess I didn't tell you what shade this foundation was. This is the shade Olive 1508. I remember when I picked it up from Walmart, I picked a little bit lighter shade because in the store it looked like it would be a perfect match for me. I got home and it was so light. So I went back, I exchanged it, and I got this shade, which in the store I thought looks super dark, but I think it's a decent match. Maybe it's a little bit darker, might be good for me in the summertime, but we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna use a lot of concealer to brighten up like the under eye area. My beauty blender is so clean. I finally tried that Zote soap. Is it called Zote? That pink, giant pink bar that you get from the dollar store. Actually, I got mine from Home Depot. I saw it at Home Depot and I was like, okay, I gotta try this. It cleans really, really nicely, but it smells. I cannot stand the smell. Like, the smell is lingering on my sponge. Lots of concealer today. Going for a very contoured look, I guess. Why not, right? It's the weekend. Is it the weekend? Actually, no, it's Friday. It's not the weekend. I have Friday off. Feels like the weekend when I have Friday off, except my son is at daycare. So I guess that's not the weekend. I think the combination of that foundation with that concealer is perfect because they're both full coverage. Excuse me, and I feel like the concealer really brightened up the areas that needed brightening up. I'm gonna use Besame Brightening Violet Powder, the translucent. I have been playing with this guy alongside the Fenty Beauty powder. It's the other one is in the lavender shade, and honestly, I like this guy a lot more. It has it doesn't dry out my under area like the Fenty one has been drying out my under area. Like, it would look crepey under my eye. So I don't know. I feel like I hate doing this, but I'm gonna have to return it because it really has not been working out for me. And I don't typically have a dry under eye. And I know, like, maybe sometimes a full coverage concealer would give you a really dry under eye, but I've tried it with like a more hydrating concealer, or even when I have like really hydrated under eye, like I would use a really good eye cream, I would apply it. It still just makes my under eye area look so textured. I'm going in heavy-handed, you guys, today. Let me make sure I have no under eye wrinkles. I do have bad under eye lines, like the little lines under my eyes are pretty bad. Actually, I find that they are worse on the days when I don't drink enough water, like yesterday. I don't know, just life gets in the way and I end up not drinking enough. I don't hydrate enough, and then I wake up, the bags under my eyes are terrible. So whatever is left on the brush from setting my under eye, we are gonna dust that away in a little bit. I'm not gonna leave it like that, but I'm gonna go ahead and set the center of my face. And I'm gonna use another setting powder, but I do want a little bit of brightness on the center of my face. Told you we're going contoured look today. And then I do really like the closure of this guy. It has like a little thing, you close it, and then it did come with a little bit of sponge. I like to keep the sponge in there, and then I put the lid on, and then the powder doesn't go anywhere. Genius. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face. I am gonna use my Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and this is in the shade 001 Transparent. I do have a really nice pen in here. I'm gonna go in with a really big like powder brush, swirl it in there, and just go for it. It's more of a pressing motion, not a sweeping motion. And then I'm gonna go for my forehead. I think I'm ready to do the brows. Let's see. I'm just, again, I like to keep my brows really simple, really natural. So I'm just gonna go ahead and brush them. And do I want to fill them in? Just lightly. I'm gonna go ahead and fill them in and then I'll be right back. Okay, I think the brows look really natural. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a brow mascara, and this is the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow, and the shade is Nothing But Brunette. It has a really big spoolie and a lot of product comes out, so when I pull it out, I try to scrape it on the side over here so I don't get too much product. I'm very gently gonna brush my brows into place. It does have a really nice tint. I think it matches, like it goes really well with my skin tone and with my brow color, but the spoolie is just so big. So I don't know, it's not one of my favorites, but I like that it holds the brows really well. I really like the color, so I guess it's fine dealing with it. When I use it up, I don't want to declutter it or anything like that because it is a good product. So there we go. The brows are super natural. I'm gonna go back to the eyes right now, give the brows a little bit of time to dry out before we start bronzing, because I don't want that product going everywhere. I am gonna go ahead and use my Pat McGrath Perma Gel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil, and this is in the shade Blitz Brown. I'm gonna tight line my upper lid, and then I'm gonna do the same for the lower lash line. Okay, let's hope we don't ruin our makeup or our eyeshadow. That kind of looks creepy, doesn't it? I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. Okay, I'm gonna do the lower lash line as well. My eyes are a little watery now from pulling them so aggressively, but still I was able to get the color on there. I guess I should have dusted that eye setting powder away before doing this. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Just quick sweep. Now the eyes are lined, we're gonna go back to the eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna pick up the smallest brush that I use for the crease, or for for the crease, or like the smallest blending brush. I'm gonna go ahead with the darkest shade, barely tapping my brush in there. I do not want too much color. And then I'm gonna go in from out in, start blending. Definitely helps to look up, so I have to use this mirror too. I have been really enjoying this palette, you guys. It's absolutely stunning. It's one of my favorite gifts from my husband. He actually ended up ordering it from Pat McGrath Labs. He didn't get it from Sephora, but he got it from Pat McGrath, like her own website, after, I think it was after Black Friday or around Black Friday, because they had 25% off their whole website. So he ordered this and he ordered me the eyeliner. I'm so happy with both of them. Okay, now that shade's all the way down on my lower lash line. I guess I can stay with the same brush, and I'm gonna go in with a little bit, little bit lighter brown. And then I'm gonna pick up the same brush, like I said, pick up some of that shade, and this time I'm gonna go in from like the center in and then out. So I'm dragging the color a little bit more lower than I did with that first brown shade. Do the same for the other eye. I think it looks so beautiful. I do want to put some of that green shade, just a little tiny bit, or that topper shade on the lower lash line. So with the little tiny brush, I'm going to go in with that shade, just a little tiny bit, and I'm going to concentrate it mainly on the front. Ooh. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Wow. It is stunning. I don't know that I want to do anything for my, I guess let's highlight. Let's highlight the brow bone a little bit just to keep the eyes looking a little bit big. Or it does make the eyes look a little bit bigger. I'm going to use the same brush that I always use for highlighting under my brow. This is by BH Cosmetics, and it's like a little shader, is it shader brush? Defining brush. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Picking up just a little tiny bit with the tip of that brush. And I'm gonna go in straight under the arch. Like, I'm gonna start straight under the arch and then I'm gonna drag it out and a little bit in. Gives a little bit of a lifted look. Definitely makes the eyes look bigger. I'm gonna do the same for the other eye. Again, I'm starting straight under the arch. And let's go ahead and do it. The same shade, I'm gonna put just a little tiny bit on my inner corner. And I'm gonna drag it up a little. Same for the other eye. I do really like it. I do really like this eye look. I think we're good with the eyes now. Let's go ahead and move on to the rest of the face. For bronzer, I'm gonna use this, but I can't know, I never know how to say the name. It's Biana Bronzing Powder. This is by MAC, and this was like their Mirage collection. I told you I bought it from Macy's when they put this this whole collection on clearance. I think I paid $16 for it, I think. I'm gonna pick it up with a big brush. This is by Aesthetica. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze the face. I do like this shade, this bronzer shade, because it's a little bit cool tone and a little bit like bronzy. So I don't need to contour and bronze. I can just do one step. Bronze in the forehead. I don't feel like I need too much bronzer today because the foundation actually was a good shade for me. I think I'll be able to use it for a few more months in summertime too, because it is a decent shade match. Okay, I cannot stand the look of those concealer lips anymore. Foundation on them. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that. Okay, for blush, I'm gonna use the Too Faced Fruit Cocktail Blush Duo in Strawberry. I think I'm gonna swirl my brush into both of the shades, so just right in the center, tap off a little bit of that, because it does have, I don't know, Too Faced always has glitter in their products. Don't you find that? Like one of the shades in here, this lighter shade definitely has, feels like chunks of glitter. I mean, it doesn't translate to the face, it kind of falls off, but still. For a highlighter, I'm gonna use MAC Soft and Gentle. I'm gonna pick that up with Real Techniques. It's called the setting powder brush or setting brush. I'm gonna dip my brush in there. I'm gonna go pretty heavy-handed because this is I feel like this is a very subtle highlight. It's beautiful, but it's kind of like on the subtle side. I'm gonna do that on the other side. I remember when I started watching YouTube, everybody used to talk about MAC Soft and Gentle, MAC Soft and Gentle. Definitely a product that YouTube made me buy. There you have it. Beautiful highlight. I'm gonna go in with the same brush that I used to set under my eye, and I'm just gonna brush away a little bit of that because I felt like I dragged my highlighter up a little bit too high. I'm just gonna brushing motion. I do want to use a finishing powder, so I'm gonna use the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and this is the Luminous Light. I'm gonna get this is my favorite brush to use with this product. This is by Bare Minerals, and this is the Flawless Face. I think this is the small one. I'm just gonna go ahead, swirl my brush in there, and blend away. Okay. I think we're good with the face. I'm gonna go ahead and use a setting spray, and this time I'm actually gonna show you me using mascara on camera. I was watching someone and she was saying that how she doesn't know how to put mascara on. So I'm going to show you my tips and tricks how to do that. I'm not going to be using false lashes today, so we'll do mascara on camera together. Let me set my face real quick though. Okay, face is set. For mascara, I have two mascaras and I'm going to use both. I do like layering mascaras, especially with what I'm going to show you. So I picked up the new Maybelline Snapscara, which is supposed to be easy on, easy off mascara. And I got the shade 310 Ultraviolet. So what I do like to do with a colored mascara, especially like let's say an ultraviolet, this is really gonna be beautiful for brown eyes or like hazel eyes. It's gonna make them really pop. But I do not want to walk around with ultraviolet lashes. So I'm gonna apply this first and I'm gonna follow it with a black mascara. You'll still get the effect of a little bit of color and the eye color will pop, like the, you know, your eye color will definitely pop, but you don't have violet lashes. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So when I do use mascara, I like to look up. So I put my mirror down here. I am looking up. That way I open the space so my mascara does not translate to my lid. Like I said, we're gonna go in with this one first, and then we're gonna follow it with a black mascara. So looking up, get it as close to the lash line as possible because I do want my lashes to look thicker. I do want that color to be right on the base of my eyelashes. And then I'm gonna pull it up. I know some people do not want to spend the time on applying their mascara, but if you really want your lashes to pop, if you really want to get the best out of your mascara, you are gonna have to spend some time. It does require a little bit of layering, especially if you want like volume and length. It does require layering. It does require patience. Mascara is probably not the one thing that you want to apply in the car while you're driving to work or anything like that. Or at least it's for me not, because it does really need some time. You need patience. So, pull up. This will definitely lift your lashes too. I do not usually use a lash curler, but you can if your lashes are always like pointing downward. You can use a lash curler, but for me, I don't really need to do that. I find that, well, most mascaras that I use do keep my, you know, push like my eyelashes up, and they do kind of curl it that way. So that was the first coat. I'm gonna go in with the second coat. Okay. Hopefully you can see the difference between the two eyes. It might be a little bit difficult with the eyeshadow color that I have. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye real quick, and then we'll go back to the first eye with the black mascara. We're done with the colored mascara. Gonna put that away. The second mascara that I'm gonna go in with is this I Heart Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara by Essence. This is a black mascara. Let me just show you what the brush looks like. See that? It is rubber, which usually I don't like to go for rubber bristles, but I have been really enjoying this mascara. Before that first coat completely dries, we're gonna go ahead and start working this black mascara into the lashes. Again, starting all the way from the base and then go up. I do like a little bit of clumpy lashes, and this mascara definitely gives me that look. Again, it's always best to have your mirror down here and then you look up. It really helps if you always end up transferring your mascara into your eyelid and ruining your eyeshadow look. And there you go. Here are my lashes. Okay, let's do the same for the other eye. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna go in with the third coat. I'm also gonna use the black mascara. Like I said, I like really spidery, really voluminous lashes. So a third coat for me. gives me that look. Okay, one thing that you can really do if you have really short lashes is with the wand. I'm not gonna do it right now because they're already clumpy, but what you can do is you get your mascara wand and then put it on the upper part of your lashes and twirl up. Actually, let's just go ahead and do that real quick, but my lashes are already spidery, so just like that. That will give you a little bit of extra volume, or if you have volume and length, or if you have lashes that are really kind of sparse, that would really help with that too, because then you have a lot of color on your lashes. And definitely do not want to forget to apply mascara on the lower lash line, because you want your eyes to look as big as possible. For this one, I'm actually going to look down a little, kind of give myself some space between my lashes and my lash line, or my lower lid. Okay, and then the last thing, of course, is the lips. I will be using a lip gloss. I have been really loving using lip glosses on a day-to-day basis. They're really easy to apply. I don't have to use a lip liner or anything like that, and I like the look that it gives my lips. They look very juicy and plump. And this is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose Lust. It's a Lust gloss. The shade is Divine Rose. I'm definitely gonna be picking up the other set of those lip glosses that the Sephora one, the exclusive to Sephora. I had picked out, this is one of the 3, like the cool tone ones, or the cool. I do want to pick up the warm ones. They are so comfortable on the lips. It is unbelievable. I do like the shape of the applicator too. It's a little bit like curved. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay, you guys, there you have it. This is my look for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, any comments, leave them in the comments below, comment section below. And give this video a like. It really helps me out a lot. I hope I didn't forget anything. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!